What needs to be done on the policy side to ensure the demographic transition is a smooth one for Sri Lanka in both the short and long term?
Well, I would say that the present environment is concerned, the policymakers need to understand the demographic change, and then they have to utilize the demographic bonus very effectively in order to get the benefits. So, for example, the demographic dividend means we have a large number of young people particularly demanding employment. If we can generate sufficient amount of employment opportunities within the country, they can be employed in a more productive segments. But right now what is happening, unfortunately, at the policy level, the creation of new employment is very limited within the country. Instead of that, the government is allowing and some sort of push factor is there for many young people to find employment in elsewhere, foreign labor markets. But what the policy is concerned, of course, in a short run, this international labor migration is quite beneficial to the country. Getting something like over $5 billion US per annum is very significant. Foreign reserves are concerned. But the important point is that even though we are getting a lot of benefits, but there are a lot of other social ills. Therefore, policymakers have to understand that international labor migration is not a long-term development scenario. Very quick, we have to understand that we need to generate our own employment opportunities within the country for the people who are ready to work in order to develop the country. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, in that case, female participation is increasing. We have to make sure that female participation should increase. For that, we should provide certainly adequate childcare facilities for them and overall security for their children and other people who are particularly for the females who are working in many organizations, and also sufficient training for them, skills and the vocational education, job security, flexible working hours, and also we know that in Sri Lanka large segment of elderly people are there. Therefore, there is an opportunity cost for young women. They are unable to go and engage in employment because they have to look after their very young children as well as elderly parents, what we call the dual economic role. Therefore, policymakers need to address all these issues simultaneously.